Summer won last weekend in Iowa. We didn't fight the girl that I originally planned. We went through two other girls before I called a last minute replacement 24 hours before the weigh-in. Actually, 12 hours before the weigh-in. And the girl flew out from Texas and fought Summer. And, shame on you girls who, try to quit because, you guys are lazy and don't want to work and you're, overweight and, all this other crap. If you guys want to work. If you don't, do something else, Female boxing is rising. I think the money is rising. I think opportunities are rising. And if you don't take advantage of this and of this time, shame on you, and you don't deserve to benefit from the hard work that at least me and my team are putting in. And, I think that Jessica McCaskill, Summer Lynn, and myself are putting in work that will benefit all the fighters behind them. And if you get paid more than the girls that were getting paid from 15, 20 years ago, that is because of us. And obviously not because of only us, but because of Eddie Hearn, Katie Taylor, Clarissa, even Cecilia, even Amanda Serrano, Team Serrano, all those people. Those women are the ones grinding so that all you women behind them can get paid better and have bigger opportunities. Remember that. So if you agree to take a fight, stick with it. Summer took care of business. Summer knocked the girl out. Shout out to Nina, our opponent, because she, took the fight on last minute, kind of knew what she was getting into, and now it's bigger and better things for Summer Lynn. And come March 13th when Jessica beats Cecilia, Summer fights at 147. Other opportunities and bigger opportunities will be there for Summer as well. So. I'm excited about that, and I know she's only 19 years old, and hopefully she understands the opportunities that are ahead of her, and the sky's the limit for her.
It's kind of frustrating when it's you put in all this work and then the original person that you're supposed to fight gets sick or doesn't make weight, or it just changes last minute and last minute and last minute and last minute, and it's just come on guys, we want to be serious here, and I want to get better. I can't get fights if you guys keep dropping out. That's with anybody though. So shout out to Nina, my opponent that I did fight before. She was my opponent for my second fight. She came in less than 24 hours and really did me a solid. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have my third fight. So I'm thankful for her, but just kind of on to the next one soon. So hopefully after Jessica's fight, March 13th, we get something going. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So we are a month away from the fight. I just did my WBC 30-day weigh, and we had our first press conference with Matchroom Eddie Hearn. I don't know, she's just not even in the fight. I can tell you right now, she's not in it. She's just kind of still emotionally torn up about the loss. She doesn't know. It's her first loss. I get that, but there's a lot that comes with being a fighter. You don't even, win every round of sparring. You don't win every day of training. There's days where you think to yourself, okay, I have to do better the next day. And I feel like she's never had to have those days. People are just saying, oh, you're good, you're great, and just kind of petting her on the head and telling her she's awesome, because it shows a lot in that press conference.
A lot of people thought it was a win for me, could have been a decision. And also, it was just, it's not the way to lose your belts. I knew I'm a better fighter than Jessica. I had a little bit of off day. I did what I had to do to regain my belt, but I was not at home. I was on her home turf. And
just kind of like throwing random things out there. Like she made it seem like she didn't understand how punch count works, which a boxer of her just the time that she's been in boxing, she should know that. And she doesn't really just seem to have any kind of valid anything to grasp. She's just very, very random and very emotional. My message to Cecilia is be ready on August 15th. No excuses about your trainer, picking a trainer, the plan that your trainer has for you, being in Big Bear too long, COVID-19, quarantine. There's no excuses.
You know, it was unfortunately being stuck in Big Bear for 6 months. That was unfortunately, I have to admit, that kind of messed with my head because, you know, Big Bear, it's brutal up here. It's lonely, and you had nothing to do with it. This was literally a global epidemic going on at that time. It had nothing to do with you at all.
Everybody who's come out of this global epidemic successful has shown the power and how they can turn things around, and that they're not mentally weak. And the fact that you keep using that as an excuse is facts that you are mentally weak. And once you embrace that and turn that around, you might do better. I'm trying to help you out. Like, I'm gonna be your friend for like 5 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
Trying to help. You are so welcome. You have to understand that the things that you keep mentioning and bringing up and causing excuses for, none of that matters. So, I mean, you can tell how mentally weak she is. And, you know, not to look past this fight, but, you know, we want to get the ring belt. That's next. And move on to the next challenge after that. And who that is, you know, people ask, you know, what's next? And we've said we want to do crossover fight, have an MMA come over to boxing and try out that. Want to be the first person on the female side to do that, make history again. We talked about Clarissa Shields, but she honestly can't make it to 147, so I don't even know if that's a realistic conversation. You know, she at first was saying she would never come down in weight, and now she realized, you know, McCaskill is where the money resides, so of course she wants to come down to 147, but I don't think she could actually make it, so it's just not even realistic, you know. So you know, we're looking to see, you know, what comes up. Something can come up within, you know, now and then, and that might be what really pops off. I got 3 grown men right now suiting up to beat mine. The tribe. Rick surprised me with a mariachi today during sparring. As if our music isn't loud enough, brought in a whole band, so that was pretty fun. It actually kind of made me feel like being in an arena. It was loud. I had to really listen for his instructions, listen for the bell. So it was actually good practice to have them here. But great music, and you know, you catch a vibe in the ring. Felt really good. Did 13 rounds today, hitting our peak of training, getting ready for 3 weeks out, March 13th. So today was a really good day.
Buenas tardes, how you doing? This is Carlos from Puro Lujo right here. I really appreciate the opportunity. This is one of the first times playing for a professional gym, and watching you guys was so amazing. I'll be gladly to do it again, and I'll do it as many times as possible. Watching you guys was amazing. You guys are so professional.
Yeah, just try to mix it up, training camp a little bit. Invite my friends over. They play music, liven it up, change up the vibe a little bit. Keep a loud atmosphere, practice in a loud atmosphere. I was happy. We did 13 rounds. That's the most rounds she's ever done. So now we're going to trail off and get to the fight. And March 13th, make sure you all tune in. The biggest retirement party in history.
You're invited.
You're invited to Cecilia Braekhus' retirement party. So tune in. The Zone.